Good afternoon, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Vidushi.
Ma'am, just a second. I'm coming in a minute, ma'am.
Okay, Vidu.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, children. We'll wait for everyone to join, and then we'll begin. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, I'm done the homework of reading.
Anji,
Ma'am, I'm saying that I've done the homework of reading.
you've done. What have you done? Tell me.
I'm reading the chapter.
Tell me. Tell me the meaning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Anisha. I cannot hear you, Sudakshi. Oh, okay, Sudakshi. Got that. Well done. So, children, we have 8 students. How many students have joined the class in the previous lecture?
Ma'am, 17.
Hanji, how many?
Ma'am, 17.
Ma'am, 17.
17. You have many days. You're joining in. Okay. Yeah. Fine. So shall we begin? Children, before we begin, I would like to ask you all that do you have any doubts in the previous topics that we have done? Is there anything which you have not understood?
No, ma'am, all clear.
All clear? What about the others? Is it all clear, children?
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Sure, Arishal?
Yes.
It would have been great
Yes, ma'am.
if people could have just turned their videos on. Can you please keep your videos on, children? Naitik, Abhinav, Alisha, Shrey, Tarun, Akshat. Thank you, Tarun.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Vansh. Good morning, everyone. Okay.
Today we will read the chapter.
Yeah, today we'll do the reading of the chapter. And just read.
Ma'am, yesterday we have done till page number 11 and today we have to do page number 12, understanding the terms and their meaning.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Hanji.
Ma'am, can I rejoin? Sound is very low.
Yes, you can rejoin. Okay. So understanding the terms and their meanings. Now here we'll get to know that. See children, the point is the meaning of the terms keep on changing over time. It doesn't remain the same. Okay. For example,
Yes.
if I tell you the meaning of the word computer, you know what is computer?
Yes, ma'am.
Right?
Yes, ma'am.
What is computer? You all know. It's a device which we use for n number of things today. Right? Right.
Yes, ma'am. Electronic device.
Perfect. Now, the question comes here is that, do you know when the computers were invented? Could we do all these things in the computers which we are able to do today back then as well?
No, ma'am.
No,
No, ma'am.
no. So do you know the purpose why computers were made?
Ma'am,
That
for
to-
sending messages.
No.
No, ma'am. No, मैम मैम हम जिंदगी को आसान करना मैम उसी के इंग्लिश में क्या कहते हैं?
To make life easy, but not for that as well.
Yes, ma'am.
Initially, computers were just made for calculations. They were just made for doing calculations, right? If we look at the meaning of the term computer, computer means computing, a device which is good at computing, and computing means calculating. What does computing mean? Calculation, right?
Calculating.
So first of all, if we talk about the tasks the computers were used to do in the back in time, that was also completely different from what we're doing using it today for, right? Isn't it? Earlier,
Yes, ma'am.
computers were invented just to serve the task of computing, and they were also not the way we look at them today. Were they the same?
No, ma'am.
No. They were not the
Good
same.
morning, ma'am.
Good morning. They were very different, right? They were very huge computers, and now they've come in very compact sizes. And one more interesting fact is that nowadays we use computer for everything except for computing or except for doing calculations, isn't it?
Yes,
We
ma'am.
rarely do
Taking
calculations on
tuition
computer
classes.
nowadays. We do all sorts of things on computer, but not calculations. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
That is what this topic is
Yes,
about.
ma'am.
Yes,
Now,
ma'am.
you can see the relevance that the term was given to the device for some specific purpose, but nowadays the meaning has completely changed. Now, computer doesn't mean a device which helps us in computing. It has completely changed its meaning. It is a device which is used to do n number of things, right? Am I
Yes,
right? So that's
Yes,
what they're
ma'am.
going to explain you in this paragraph. Okay, so Takshi, read the first paragraph.
Okay, ma'am. If the relevance of the information produces changes with time, then imagine about its language and meaning. In case of historical records, which exist in variety of languages, have also changed over the years. Example, medieval Persian is different from modern Persian. The difference is not just with regard to grammar and vocabulary, but the meanings of words have also changed.
Right. So like she has said, like there has been a lot of change. If we talk about relevance of information produced with time, it changed. The information changes, right? And along with the language and meaning. अब अगर हम historical records की बात करें जो exist करते हैं बहुत सारी languages में. The historical records exist in n number of languages, but they have also changed over time. Like medieval Persian is very different from modern Persian. And not only the language and grammar, right? Or basically the grammar and vocabulary, but the meanings of the words have also changed in Persian. If we compare the modern Persian to the medieval Persian, right? Now they have again given another example. Once read it out.
Okay. The meaning of the word changes over the year. Take for example Hindustan. Today, when we use the word, it conveys the meaning that India is a survey region and secular republic. When Minhaj I Siraj, the 13th century chronicle,
Chronicler.
chronicler who wrote in Persian used the word Hindustan. He intended to denote the lands between Ganga and Yamuna. He used that term to express the area under the Delhi Sultanate.
Delhi Sultanate, not
When
Sultanate, Delhi Sultanate. What do we call it?
Delhi Sultanate. When Delhi Sultanate extended, it holds the term Hindustan, include those areas as well. Hence, for him, Delhi Sultan was synonymous.
Synonymous. For him, Delhi
synonymous.
Sultanate was synonymous. Synonymous means having the same meaning.
Okay.
Ma'am, I know. No.
For him, Delhi Sultanate was synonymous with Hindustan. However, the term never includes South India. In the 16th century, when Babur came to India, he used the term Hindustan to include the geography, flora, and fauna, fauna and culture of the people of the subcontinent. The idea of geography and culture entity did exist at the time, but the term Hindustan did not carry any political meaning which we associate it with today.
Okay, good. Okay. So the meanings of the words change over the years. Like Abhi, I've told you two examples. I gave you an example of computer, then I gave you an example of the Persian language, right? Now here they have given us another example, that is of Hindustan. What is Hindustan, children? Do you know what is Hindustan?
Yes,
India.
ma'am, India.
Yes, ma'am.
Hindustan is
India.
very good, kids. Hindustan means India, right?
India.
And nowadays the definition of India is completely different. India is one of the, you can say, one of a very important country in the world which has its own political significance, cultural significance, economical significance, right? India is one of the emerging powers in the country, like in the world, right? But for when the chronicler, like if you see, go to the next page, you see chronicles were the records, yeah. Chronicles were the records of kings and their things, whatever they have done, right? So the thing is that the chroniclers were the ones who used to write these chronicles. Yes, Agria?
Ma'am, I don't understand the meaning of Delhi Sultan.
Meaning of?
Ma'am, Delhi Sultanate.
Delhi Sultanate. Who knows here what is Delhi Sultanate?
Ma'am,
Ma'am, Sultanate means
Wait,
rule.
Tarun will tell us. Yes, Tarun.
Ma'am, Delhi Sultanate is a sultanate, ma'am, that the Muslim came in India.
Kingdom.
They when type of kingdom.
Delhi Kingdom. Like Delhi Sultanate means a kingdom of a ruler.
Yeah, Delhi Sultanate. Delhi Sultanate basically was not a kingdom, was a dynasty of the rulers, right? Of the Arab rulers, like the Turkish rulers who came and established their kingdom over here and ruled over India for a couple of years, right? That is what Delhi Sultanate is, Agriya, right? So like chronicles, I was telling you, chronicles were basically the records, okay? The records as in which they have made, right? The records for, you can say, yeah, where they used to write about what the achievements the king has got, what all the king has done and this and that, okay? Then what happened is that Minhaj Raj was writing about his ruler. For him, Hindustan was the land only lying between Ganga and Yamuna. That's it.
Yamuna.
Right? So for him, the lands between Ganga and Yamuna were Hindustan, right? And basically, this was the area which was under the Delhi Sultanate. So when Delhi Sultanate extended its hold, जब Delhi Sultanate में और कुछ areas आते थे, वो और बड़ा बनता था, तो वो सारे area को वो Hindustan बोलता था, right? We consider all of it as Hindustan. Now, when Delhi Sultanate stands for him here means who? Who are we considering as him here? Him refers to
Babur.
no Minhaj-e-Siraj. Refers to Minhaj-e-Siraj. So for Minhaj-e-Siraj, Hindustan was synonymous, right? Was synonymous to Delhi Sultanate. Like for him, Delhi Sultanate only was Hindustan. The area which lied under the Delhi Sultanate was Hindustan only. Right? Is it okay, children? Is it clear?
Okay, ma'am.
Hanji,
Ma'am, what is the meaning of entity?
what is the meaning of?
Entity.
What, beta?
Ma'am, what is the meaning of entity? ENTITY.
Entity. Where is it? written?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm after cultural.
Third line.
Entity. Entity means the cultural things which we have, the cultural importance which we have. Okay, yes, Agriya?
Ma'am, can I read next?
Hmm?
Ma'am, can I read?
Wait a minute, but let me explain. No, only then you will be reading. I spilled a lot of water by mistake. Right? So yeah. So I was telling you about Delhi Sultanate. So for him, Hindustan was only Delhi Sultanate. But now is it like that? Now do we consider Hindustan only as Delhi Sultanate or only the areas between Yamuna and Ganga? Is it so? Yes or no? Tell me.
No, ma'am, now we call India, whole India, south, north,
Now
east,
the
west.
entire India, right over from Jammu to Kerala, right? Similarly from Rajasthan to Assam, the entire area, the entire landmass is known as India, right? Which includes all the 28 states and 9 union territories. Okay, so that's the difference which has come in the term. Earlier, Hindustan was used only for the small area which lied between Yamuna and Ganga, but now the same term has been used for such a wide, such a vast country, right? Now, similarly, when Babur came to India, he used the term Hindustan to include geography, flora and fauna and culture of the people of the subcontinent. Now, geography, we know about the environmental things, the landforms and geographical features of the country. What do we mean by flora and fauna, kids?
Animal and plants.
Very good, Darshika. Everybody can show the like clapping emoji for her. Right? So yes, very good, Darshika. Flora and fauna means plants and animals. Flora means plants, the variety of plants which we have, and fauna refers to animals. Okay. So along with that, he also referred the term Hindustan to express the culture of the people of the subcontinent, and the idea of geography and cultural entity exists at that time. ठीक है, जो हम आज भी करते हैं, हम हिंदुस्तान की बात करते हैं, तो हम बस land boundaries की बात नहीं करते हैं. जो लोग हिंदुस्तान में रह रहे हैं, the people who are living here, the cultures they have, the way they live in, the festivals they celebrate, all of them are included in that, right? But उस time पे क्या था? Culture था, geography था, but there was one thing missing, which was the political meaning. Right now, if we talk about what is India, right, what is Hindustan, then we begin by saying that it is a democratic country. Don't we say it?
Yes, ma'am.
Right? We mention it. It is a democratic country, which means this country is a republic, a free and independent country, which is ruling itself by its own. No external power is here.
Freedom.
Right? Okay. So the idea of geography and cultural entity exists at that time, but the term Hindustan did not carry any political meaning with which we associate it today. Right? So you can see how the meaning of Hindustan was something else under Minhaj-e-Siraj. It turned out to be something else under Babur, and now it is completely different. Right? The same went for computer and the same went for Persian. Have you understood it now?
Yes, ma'am.
That how
Yes, ma'am.
terms change and how the terms remain the same, but how the meanings of the terms change along with the passage of time. Can you understand it now?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Very good.
Ma'am.
Very good. Now we'll give, like they have given, the Bookwala people have given one more example to make it very, very clear for you. So we'll read one more example of understanding the terms and the meanings. Yes, agreeable read now.
The meanings of the words kept changing with time. Another interesting example could be the word prisoners. As we
Could be the
understand it,
word foreigner. What is it?
foreigner. As we understand it today, it means someone who is not an Indian. In medieval period, a foreigner was a
A
person
foreigner
who
in medieval period. A foreigner.
a foreigner was a person who was not a part of part of that society or culture. The people living in the same village were not foreigners, although they has different religions and castes. The historians today have to be careful about the terms they use because they may denote different meanings and things in the present context.
Okay, thank you so much. Right? So, children, when she read about it, then again with this example, they very clearly and very nicely explained this. That the term foreigner, Pranjal kya baat hai? Pranjal and Namita, he seems to be very tired. Manji, you're very tired, keeping your hand on your head. Oh my God, ma'am, it's done for today. We are all drained out. Is it like that?
No, ma'am.
And Shrey, beta, I cannot see you. Will you please keep your camera in such a manner that you will be visible? Yeah, now it's better. Okay. So yes, the meanings of the words keep changing. For now, if I'll ask, okay, Shrey, what do you mean by foreigner? Can you please tell me?
Ma'am, the people who come from other countries.
For foreigner, we mean simply the people who come from other country. If any person is coming from foreign, we say, no, he's a foreign return. Foreign se aaye hain, foreign se aaye hain. Right?
I'm like America.
Like America, right? The people who come from another country or a foreign land is considered as a foreigner for us. But
Yes, sir.
it was not the same in the medieval period, or was it? Tell me, was it the
Ma'am,
same?
the person who is not, ma'am, a person who is not from
Who was
India
not,
is a
No,
foreigner.
ma'am, can I tell? Ma'am,
You
who
are
is
right.
not an Indian and who is not a part of that society or culture?
Children,
Ma'am,
you
before
are
that.
absolutely right. That is, I understood your point. Yes, you're right. Such a person is considered as a foreigner. But I am asking, was it the same in the medieval period?
No, ma'am, because
No,
the
ma'am.
medieval period people say that foreigner was a person who was not a part of that society or a culture.
Society or culture.
Exactly. Right.
Ma'am, that I only said.
For example, okay, I might have misheard it. Right. For example, if I'll say, right, if I belong to the northern part in medieval area, right, in medieval time, if I would have been living in the northern part of the country and somebody from the southern part of the country would be entering my village, I would consider that person as
Foreigner.
foreigner, right? The people living in the same village were not foreigners, although sit properly, Tarun. Sit straight. The people living in the same village were not foreigners, although they had different religion, they had different lifestyle, but still because they were living all together, they did not consider themselves a foreigner. But yeah, if a person from the northeastern side or from the southern side would come to their village, they would consider that person as foreigner. Again, we read one more example of how the meaning of words could change over time, right?
Yes, sir.
Right? Nowadays, people of northeastern states, people of southern states, all of them come and live together in many of the states, and we do not consider them as foreigners, right?
Yes,
Isn't
sir.
it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So, is it clear? Is the topic clear? Can we move to the next topic?
Yes, ma'am.
Sure.
Yes,
Children, in
ma'am.
case you have any doubts,
Yes, ma'am.
then let me know.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
No, ma'am, no doubt.
Okay, fine.
I understand properly.
Well done then. Now let's come to the next thing is how do historians reconstruct their past? अभी जो historians होते हैं अपने past को reconstruct कैसे करते हैं? इसके लिए आपको भी कुछ करना होगा, right? Like अभी we'll read that the historians use variety of sources to learn the past depending upon the period they are studying about, right? जिस भी period के बारे में study करते हैं, they try to find out some sources such as like these are the sources they rely on. The sources they rely on are the inscriptions. Okay. Do you know what are inscriptions, children?
Ma'am, the information that written on the pillars.
Exactly. Similarly, this is a wall. If I'll just scratch it up, okay, with a very sharp object, if I'll just scratch it up and I write something over here, it will become an inscription. I'll inscribe something on the wall. Got my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So
Yes, ma'am.
similarly, the historians use inscriptions, they use coins, architecture, and the written records for gaining knowledge about the history of that particular period. You can see here the medieval books, the manuscripts, the pictures are given in the book. This here the book is very nice because it has given a lot of images which you can see and understand, right? So for the study of the medieval period, historians have an array of written records. Array of written records means they have plenty of written records. Reason being, and for the ancient period, if we had to study the ancient period, then they did not get many written records because back then paper was not invented, right? Or was not readily available. But one of the possible reasons for the availability of written records is that paper became widely available during the medieval period. Writers and chroniclers used it to record the history of the rulers, judicial records, and to keep a record of tax collection. Even the teaching of saints like Buddha, you can say, and like who was it? Mahavira, you can say, their teachings are also recorded, like and the commercial transactions, they were also recorded on paper. So just by reading it, they
What's the mean by commercial transaction?
बेटा कोई भी ऐसा ट्रांजेक्शन में पैसा इन्वॉल्व होता है. सपोज आई गेव यू माय फोन एंड आई टुक मनी इन रिटर्न ऑफ इट. इट्स अ कमर्शियल ट्रांजैक्शन, राइट?
Okay,
And
ma'am.
this chapter is so long.
हाँ जी,
And this chapter is so long in reading.
this chapter is so
Long in reading.
long. That's okay, but this chapter is nice and interesting also. So now children, since we have read this, I'm going to tell you that how are you going to make your own coins. You'll make coins of the medieval period and you'll also make manuscripts. Will you?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll show you how to do it and then you will do it and bring it to school on Monday. Will you?
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes, ma'am.
So I think we have
Yes.
3 lecture, no? 7th and 8th. So I'll show you that in 7th and 8th lecture. Okay, Abhi we can read.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay?
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, clear then.
Yes, ma'am. CTD.
Yeah. Now let's talk about value of paper. So here there is nothing much. They have just told us that how we must make sure, like there was a scholar in 13th century who had to write a manuscript. So instead of using a new manuscript, he washed the manuscript which he already had, dried it up, okay, and used it again to write the text, right? Because you know what the manuscripts were made of?
Cloth.
No, not clothes,
Ma'am, rock and
Paper.
colors.
not even paper.
Ma'am, copper plates.
Not. ठीक है, copy press की बनती थी. The figure 1.5, the manuscript which you can see, they were made of bark of trees. Trees की bark से बनती थी वो. अब copper plate पे तो आप wash नहीं कर सकते ना. इस पे तो engrave होगा, right? You cannot wash up, right? Because इसको wash करके इसका text नहीं जाएगा. But paper, like they used to just take a very thin layer of the bark of the tree and then they used to write on that. Okay.
Ma'am, how we get the bark of tree?
No, you will not. You will make a manuscript with a A4 sheet paper. जो हम use करते हैं ना, जैसे कि for making projects, the A4 sheet which we use, the hard one,
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
that you're going
Yes,
to
ma'am.
use. Okay,
Okay, ma'am. Yes.
fine then. Now Pranjal will read.
Manuscripts were collected by ruler, wealthy people, monasteries, and temples. They were placed in libraries and places called archives. The manuscript and record provide a lot of information to the historians, but have to be used judiciously and carefully.
Stop
Can I go to
here.
washroom?
Stop here. Stop here. Pranjal, बच्चे, you need to work on your reading skills, right? Okay. And the only way
Can
to
I go
work,
to
what is the best way to work on your reading skills, children?
Ma'am, per day reading one page.
Ma'am, read one page
Read
daily.
one page every day, right? Because now you are in class 7. Reading is something which you need to be fluent at. Okay?
I read two, 3
Ma'am, can I go
pages.
to washroom?
Okay, once you can. Right? So what were manuscripts? Manuscripts were collected by rulers, wealthy people, monasteries. Do you know what were monasteries? We have read this in class 6.
Where monk lives.
Monk or monk?
A monk.
What?
A monk.
Ma'am,
Not monk.
ma'am, we
Call it
can,
monk. We write it as
ma'am, we
monk.
can say, we can also say at ashram.
Kind of, you can say, right? We call it monk. We write it as monk, M-O-N-K, but we pronounce it as monk, right? So monasteries were the places where monks lived. So the manuscripts are collected by rulers, wealthy people, monasteries, and temples. They were placed in libraries and in places called archives, right? Archives are the places where they have like kind of museums, you can say. Right, they used to collect these things there. The manuscripts and records provide a lot of information to the historians, but they have to be used judiciously and very carefully. Okay, otherwise they may get destroyed. Right?
Ma'am, judicially means
In a very proper manner. Sahi tarike se.
Ma'am, where we are reading?
Right, now we have to read the next paragraph and I'll tell you will read it. Chalo, Shubhakshi, you have read, no? No, you have read first paragraph, no? Let's give others
Yes, ma'am.
chance. Darshika Vidushi will read. Vidushi Sharma is not here. Yash Tikyani, are you there? Yash Tikyani? Shalima,
Yes, ma'am.
read beta.
Ma'am. All the manuscripts in those days were copied by Scribe, as there was no printing press. Sometimes, while copying certain works or sentences, while were illegible, the scribe made a guesswork, and there was a difference between the original document and the copy made by scribe. Sometimes, when the scribes copied the document, they added or deleted a word or a sentence by mistake, as a result of which the manuscripts of the same text before substantially different from the original. Documents were written in different handwriting. When the manuscripts were copied many a time over the centuries, the original and the copied text turned out to be very different from each other. Therefore, historians have to read different versions of the same text and draw their own conclusions.
Very good. Okay, own conclusions. What do we call it?
Ma'am, now can I read?
Wait a minute, beta. Let me finish it. Right. So all the manuscripts in those days were copied by scribes. Do you know who were scribes?
Yes, ma'am. I'm the person who making of copies of manuscript.
Who makes copies? The people who write it up, right? So manuscripts in those days were copied by scribes because that time we did back then we did not have any printing machines and anything as such, right? So they were copied as there was no printing press. Sometimes while copying certain words, ab jab hum bhi, for example, if you have also done it, no, when you copy work from a friend's notebook, right? Although we are copying it, but at times it happens that we write some other word instead of some word because maybe we are not able to understand the handwriting of a friend. Maybe we are in a hurry to copy.
Yes,
That
ma'am.
is why it happens. We write something else instead of the correct word. It happens or not?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Many times.
Many a times, even if you're copying from the board or somewhere, right? So that is what happens. Sometimes while copying certain words or sentences which were illegible, right? The scribe made a guesswork. कभी कुछ illegible मतलब आ गया कि आपको ऐसा कोई चीज आपको समझ में नहीं आ रही है. अब आपको लग रहा है कि यहाँ पे 10 मिनट राइट आपको लग रहा है कि ये यहाँ पे ऐसे करके ये सपोज मैंने ये लिखा ऐसे अब आपको समझ भी नहीं आ रहा ये आर लिखा है या आर्क लिखा है या पता नहीं क्या लिखा है आपको फिर जो भी समझ में आया आपने वो लिख दिया आपने गेस किया कि ठीक है मे बी आर होगा ठीक है बट मे बी मैंने ये और लिखा हो राइट दिस कैन बी पॉसिबल आपने इसको आर समझ के लिख दिया तो कभी कभी जो चीज हमें समझ में नहीं आती द थिंग्स वी आर नॉट एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट डू वी डू इज दैट we make a guesswork and we write something else instead of that word. Now, this is hence there was a difference. Because of this, there used to be a difference between the original document and the copy made by the scribe. Because of this, जो भी original document होता है और जो copy scribe करता है उस दोनों के बीच में क्या आता है एक difference आता है. Sometimes when the scribes copied the document, जब scribes document को copy करते हैं, either they added a word or they deleted a word or sentence by mistake. This also happens while copying when very lengthy answer is there when we are copying it. At times we miss a word or entire sentence in itself, right? We miss one entire line while copying, right? The same happened with these scribes as well. As a result of which the manuscript of the same text becomes substantially different from the original. Same text को copy करके जो manuscript बनती है, it becomes different from the original text, right? So documents were written in different handwritings. When the manuscripts were copied many times over the centuries, the original and the copy turned out to be very different from each other, right? Therefore, historians have to read different versions of the same text and draw their own conclusions because same ही manuscript की copy अगर वो पढ़ेंगे तो उन्हें कुछ और पढ़ने को मिलेगा और original content पढ़ेंगे तो कुछ और होता था. So they had to read several documents to clearly understand what is the right thing. Okay, clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So next, Darshak, who will read next? Raise your hands. Vansh has read, Satakshi has read. I want somebody else to read. Agriya has read.
Ma'am, can I read? Ma'am, can I read?
Okay, Vidushi, we can. Vidushi will read.
In the medieval period, the
Chronicles.
chronicles were written either the court historians or travelers who came to India. The court historians, while writing about the ruler, had his own opinion, prejudice, and bias. So he gave an exaggerated account about the ruler. The travelers very often gave an eyewitness account of the concerned time. Italian traveler Manuki visited Mughal court and left vivid account of that time.
Thank you.
Many times the author revised chronicles
Chronicles.
at different times and came up with different versions. Zia Uddin Barini wrote the chronicles first in 1356 and its second version 2 years later. Its first collection remained lost in library records till 1960. Zia Din Barani was a Muslim historian who lived in some regional group of people like Sikhs, Jats, Marathas became prominent in the later medieval period. Economic changes. Medieval period.
Prominent in the later medieval period. That's it. So, like she has read, she told us about that many times the authors had to revise the chronicles. Yeah, the court historians थे या फिर travelers used to write. Court historians लोग court में ही बैठे थे king के. They write about the ruler and had its own opinion. They were a little bit biased about the rulers. They used to write in good for the ruler because they used to sit in their own court. But so the court historians gave an exaggerated